Good afternoon. Welcome to the forecast discussion for February 26, 2014. It's currently 12:34 p.m. We have some snow squalls exiting the region that have produced a trace to 2 inches of snow throughout the region, just about as expected, with temperatures ranging from the upper teens to lower 20s over northeastern Pennsylvania, mid to upper 20s just to the north and west of the major cities, and upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast and in the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan areas. These snow showers will exit by this afternoon and followed by clearing skies, and temperatures remain cold basically where they are right now in the mid to upper 20s over the interior and upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast. Winds from the northwest are around 5 to 15 miles per hour, increasing to 10 to 20 miles per hour at times. That's going to lead to a wind chill in the mid to upper teens and then into the single digits to lower teens by this evening. So it's clearly cold out there, and temperatures are going to be crashing tonight into the lower teens by the time we get to tomorrow morning, and single digits over the interior. On the radar, you can see those snow showers exiting from Intellicast.com. Now, these snow showers do have packed some pretty impressive squalls. They've been able to produce some heavy snowfall, reducing visibility to under a quarter of a mile at times, but they are rapidly exiting out into the Atlantic as we speak, with one last band over northwestern New Jersey, diving south and east through Connecticut, the Hudson River Valley, and towards the New York City metro. This one should reach the region by around 2 p.m., and then we're done. Overall accumulation really hasn't been all that impressive, but the visibility drops sure have. So what to expect from here on out? Well, the good news is that high pressure is going to be in control all the way through Saturday with tranquil yet cold weather conditions. Temperatures are going to remain well below normal. We should be around 48. The warmest we get heading into Saturday is 38 degrees, so 10 degrees below normal. So you could see exactly just how cold this air mass is when you have temperatures, let's say on Friday, struggling to break 20 degrees. That is pretty impressive cold air. And that is exactly what we have in place heading into Sunday. Now, everyone is paying attention to the potential for Sunday night or Sunday afternoon through Monday into Tuesday. Of course, we're talking about a major winter storm. On the water vapor satellite picture, here comes our storm. Now, I've been saying hold off on the details. The reason why I've been saying that is that we haven't had proper sampling of this disturbance here, nor the Arctic disturbance way up here. The timing of these disturbances interacting with each other have to be just right. The pattern's going to be favorable for the most part. Not perfect, but definitely favorable. But if either one of these disturbances interacts a little bit too fast, a little bit too slow, shifts to the south a little bit by about 20, 30 miles, then you end up with a completely different forecast. Completely different forecast. So as a result, you really have to use some caution. That's why you don't put snow maps out right now, and I'm not going to do that right now. Clearly, as this disturbance up here and this one up here start to interact, really get their act together over the southern plains, we have a high potential for a major winter storm starting on Sunday afternoon and continuing all the way through Tuesday morning, with the potential for significant snowfall. But any shift of where this Arctic boundary ends up will have a significant impact on who gets what and how much. So prepare for a major winter storm, but don't get ahead of yourself and don't buy into the hysteria. Be prepared by going to the grocery store, maybe get a few cans of chicken soup. Make sure you have a good snow shovel and some salt. That's about it. But don't worry, we have time to watch the storm and see how it evolves. Okay, so we're going to use the GFS model guidance here. Now, it pretty much mirrors all the other models at this point, which is very rare that all the mid-range and long-range models agree on the overall setup over the next 7 days. Models don't control the weather, but when they start to agree like this, it's a huge warning sign. But again, I'm going to show you exactly why we need to be careful and not jump the gun just yet. So here we are for this evening and into the overnight hours. High pressure is going to take control. We have clearing skies. It's going to get very cold. Temperatures in the single digits to lower teens. will feel like the single digits below zero with the winds. Not going to be pretty tonight. For tomorrow, high pressure's in control again. Could be a few scattered snow flares, but that's about it. Temperatures rebounding into the upper 20s to lower 30s. We have an Arctic cold front that passes through, but high pressure will be in control by the time we get to Friday morning and Friday during the day. And of course, it's going to be pretty cold with temperatures in the single digits to lower teens for lows and upper teens to lower 20s for highs. Remember, we're supposed to have a high of 48, so that's pretty cold. How about this weekend? Well, unfortunately, it gets a little bit ugly. Now, here comes our disturbance. Again, let's go back. You can see it coming in. It's making its way towards the coast. It's interacting. Now on Saturday, high pressure still remains in control. Temperatures in the lower to mid-teens for lows, mid to upper 30s for highs as our air mass starts to moderate. Now here's the key. This disturbance and this disturbance interact, and they basically phase just at the right time to allow an area low pressure to ride along this thermal gradient that's setting up here. The wild card here, that is still a possibility that you really can't rule out yet, although it's becoming less and less of a possibility, is that if these two phase a little bit too early and forces the southeast ridge to build just a little bit more and forces the warm air to build further north than what we currently have forecasted. That's pretty much the only wild card I'm seeing right now. Okay, so we're going to have to watch the timing of that, and then by the time we get to Sunday morning, here comes the snow. Now we have our Arctic cold front right here, situated right over the northern mid-Atlantic, dropping south. We have cold air building in, very cold air. Sunday morning, a few snow showers, but nothing significant. Definitely overcast. Sunday morning's low in the upper 20s to lower 30s. Now, here's where it gets interesting. You see, the lows are going to be in the afternoon. See, now you catch it. What's happening here is that we have our Arctic cold front drop south. So around midnight on Saturday, it's going to be around 38, 39 degrees. Could even be 40 degrees. Then temperatures fall throughout the day as that cold air builds in. So by Sunday afternoon, light snow starts to build in, then steady, moderate to heavy snow by Monday morning, and that snow continues all the way through Tuesday. Now, notice what's happening here at 850 millibars. You see how over southern New Jersey, temperatures are above freezing? That's not necessarily rain. We're going to have to watch to see what the surface temperatures are, as we could be dealing with some ice as well for southeastern Pennsylvania and southern New Jersey. So there's a lot to watch here. It's a very complicated storm. That's why you can't put out details yet. But there's a high potential for a very significant snowfall throughout the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. I'm not going to put out snowfall ones yet. I know you want me to. I know that you see it online, on Facebook. There's these snow maps. Remember, they don't take into account of mixing, which is one of the factors we really have to nail down first before we start to throw out snowfall amounts. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty significant snowstorm for somebody in the northern Mid-Atlantic, and a very rough start to the work week next week with the storm, which finally exits on Tuesday afternoon. So you have snow starting Sunday night, all day Monday, almost all throughout Tuesday, ending late Tuesday evening. That is a lot of snow. Temperatures in the meantime will vary depending on where the whole boundary sets up here. Obviously, upper 20s to lower 30s to the north of this boundary, mid to upper 30s, possibly 40s to the south. We'll have to see exactly how this whole setup, unfolds. But I think people aren't going to be worrying so much about the temperatures, but just what is falling from the sky and how much will actually accumulate. So it's going to be a very busy couple of days here and for you, and it has the potential to be a pretty significant snowstorm for much of the northern mid-Atlantic. Well, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen D. Martino. Thank you for following NYNJPA weather. If I sound speechless, I am. I mean, this winter has been absolutely amazing. Very busy. Thank you for following. I really appreciate it. But whoever keeps on praying for snow, you could stop now. you could stop. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so you can follow NYNJPA Weather on Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus, and LinkedIn, of course, at nynjpaweather.com. As always, stay safe out there.